Boris Johnson is set to get his revenge on Remainers who took him to court last year when he prorogued Parliament in a bid to block MPs extending the Brexit deadline. Last September, Boris Johnson announced he was dissolving Parliament for 5 weeks in the build-up to the then Brexit deadline of October 31. Prominent Remainers including campaigner Gina Miller challenged the decision in the Supreme Court. In what was described by Jacob Rees-Mogg as a constitutional coup, the court ruled in favor of the Remainers' appeal and said it was unlawful to stop MPs carrying out their duties in the House of Commons. At the time, a Number 10 source accused the Supreme Court of extending its reach to political matters and of making a serious mistake. Now, the Prime Minister is set to get his revenge by passing legislation to curtail the court's role in ruling on his power to dissolve Parliament. The government has today published its draft bill to abolish the Fixed-Term Parliaments Act, which states that a general election must be held at 5-year intervals. Under the Fixed Terms Parliament Act, the support of at least 2/3 of MPs would be needed to trigger an early election. The law, introduced by David Cameron and the coalition government, caused havoc last year when the Commons was in a state of paralysis just 2 years into its 5-year term. Despite the stalemate in parliamentary business, votes on calling an early general election failed twice to gain enough support to trigger a vote at the ballot box. It was only on the third time of asking that MPs supported going to the polls. The new Fixed-Term Parliaments Act 2011 repeal bill seeks to once again return the power to dissolve Parliament for an election to the Prime Minister and not require MPs' consent. The new legislation would mean Mr. Johnson could call an election at any point over the maximum 5-year parliamentary term, at a time when he believes he is most likely to win. However, one of the clauses of the bill also seeks to prevent the Supreme Court from ruling on the legality of any such dissolution. The bill would make ruling on the Prime Minister's decision to dissolve Parliament not justiciable.